All right, guys, let's start the session. Now, in this particular session, we are going to learn a lot of things about how to write SQL queries. Okay, so we are basically going to learn about one moment. Let me connect the SSMS before we do that. Okay, we are going to learn about select statements, understand in depth about select. Okay, we will write queries in different modulations for select, and we'll understand how to write SQL statements for filter. We'll also sort and limit query results. Okay, and we'll also use common alias for better readability, and we'll apply skills like how to do this queries in real world scenarios. Okay, so I have put all the code here what I'm going to use in this particular session, so you guys can also practice along with me. In between I'll stop and I'll ask you to write some queries. Then you can use the tables that I have, all the code for creating tables which I have put in the notebook there, OneNote. Okay, now let's say for us to do some select statements, let me create some tables in a database. Okay, I have this demo database, right? In this demo database, let's say I'll create a new database only. Okay, new database. Okay, new database name, I'm going to give it as class. Click OK. Okay, this is a new database that I have created. In this, let me write a new query in this database. Okay, here let me give the query for me to create a table. Let me select this and execute. So basically this is going to create a table by name employees. Okay, so next let me create some products table, because we'll do a lot of hands-on exercise, so I need a couple of tables. So basically what I did here, I created a table by name employees, and in this I have added some values. Similarly, I'm creating a product by name table by name products, and I'm adding some values here. Okay, and now if you see this also created, that means you're able to create this product called as tables, sorry, this table called as product. Now let me create one more table. The table name will be customers here. Okay, let me execute this. Okay, this is also created. Let me refresh this here. Okay, let me also create one more table called as orders table. I'm creating multiple tables so that we'll be able to do different types of, we can develop different types of queries. Okay, let me execute this. Okay, this table orders is also created. Now let us do our practice on how to develop different queries. Okay, now let me refresh this database. So inside the class you have customers table, employees table, orders table, and products table. All the tables are there. Okay, now let me write a new query. Okay, now let's say first, what is that? Select syntax. Select star from I'm going to increase the font size, one moment. Select star from table name. Here I'll use the table name as employees. and give a semicolon here. You see, if we execute this query, I got all the output, how many records are there in this particular, okay. Now let's say, what will be the basic syntax? Select, okay. What is this hash trick? This hash trick represents all the columns. Okay, I just said select star from employees, so it is able to display all the columns for me, right? So hash trick represents all the columns. Okay, hash trick represents all the columns. Now let's say I want to select only employee ID and first name. Okay, I want to select specific columns. Want to select only specific columns. How can I do that? I can use the syntax select. Now instead of hash trick, I will give the column names here. Let's say I want to select first name, so first underscore name, comma, followed by another column that you want to select. Another column that I want to select is last underscore name. And I also want to select another column. Let's say another column I want to select department here. Okay. Okay, and this column I have selected as department here. Okay, so so from where we have to select? From the table called as employees. Okay, now this is my SQL query where it will select the first name, last name and the department. Now let me execute this. Now you see, I got in my output only 3 columns. So out of this table has, how many columns this table has? This table has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Out of that, so when I give asterisk, all the 11 columns are selected. But now I want to select only some specific columns, like the first name, last name and department. So if I give hash trick, everything is selected. Or else after select statement, I can give the names of the columns that I want to select, followed by from which table that you want to see. Okay, that is how you can see that. Now let's say from another table, let's say from orders table, I want to select the products. Let's say show the products, names and prices. I want to see only these columns. From where? From table called as products. You see, from table called as products, I want to select these 2 columns. Then how can I write this query? It will be very simple. Select product underscore name. The column name is product underscore name out there. Okay, I will show it to you. And price. This is the name of the column. From where? From the table. From the table called as products. Okay. Now let me run this query. Execute. See, it is showing me only product name and price. Now let's say same statement. I'll give select star. Okay, from products. Now what it will do? It will show me all the columns in that particular product. Okay. Now if you see employees table, right? Okay. Okay, let me show you the complete employees table. Now in this employees table, there is something called as salary, right? Okay, there is something called as, if you see, there is a salary column. Now what I want to do, I want to do some calculations on the salary. Okay, in the select statement itself, I want to do some calculations on this salary column and I want some output. Okay, so let's say this is basically calculate annual salary. Okay, now let's say this salary is per month. I want to calculate the salary annually. So if I have to calculate the salary annually, how much it is? Into 12, right? So whatever this 55,000 into 12, that will become as a annual salary. Okay, now let me write a query for this. Okay, it is a very simple query. Select, I want the first name of the employee, first underscore name, and I also want the last name. So last underscore name, I want salary. Okay, comma, the salary should be, I want into 12. Okay, whatever salary I want that to be multiplied by 12 from, where is this? It is there in employees, right? From employees. Okay, the table name is employees, and let me execute this. So what will be the output of this? The output of this should be first name, last name, and salary multiplied by 12. Let me execute this. You see here, first name, last name, salary, and the salary multiplied by 12. Okay, it came in a new column. We did not specify any column, right? So there is no column there over there. Okay, now I'll just recap in few minutes. Let me show you a couple of more queries. Now let's say there's a products table, right? Okay, now this is our products table. Let's see what is there in the products table. These are all the columns are there, right? Now I want to calculate products with the tax. Okay, this is a price. Okay, I want to calculate this product, product name, price, tax we know 18%, right? So I want to calculate with tax. Okay, now let's see how to do that. Calculate product price with tax. Okay, now let's say select product underscore name, price, and price into, let's say 18. I'm just giving like 18. Okay, from products. I think 18%, I need to calculate this 1.18. Okay, so that will be the 18% of the tax. Now let me execute this. Now you see, I got the tax amount in a new column. That is how we can do some operations, mathematical operations on the columns as well. Okay, so this is basically an example for select with calculations. Okay, this is an example for select with calculations. Okay, any questions still here, guys? Anybody? Okay, what I want you all guys to write these queries for me. Okay, or else let me delete this here. Okay, you can write that later, that's okay. but I want all of you to write these queries. All right. So I have given this in the OneNote also. Yeah, I have given this in OneNote. You guys can take it from there. Okay, any questions, anybody? So what we have understood till now, we have understood how to run a select query, how to display all the columns by using asterisk, how to display couple of columns, okay, and how to do calculations by using select. This is what we have learned till now. Any questions, anybody till here? Okay guys, now let's continue. Now what we'll do is that we will learn something called as filtering with where. Okay, we will write SQL queries to filter the data. Okay, so we'll understand the power of where. Okay, the where clause, it will allow us to filter rows based on specific conditions. Instead of seeing all data, you can only see the rows that meet your criteria. Whatever criteria is that what I want, let's say for example, I want all the customers whose age is more than 50. Okay, so I don't want to see all the rows. So here all the rows are displayed, right? I don't want to see all the rows. I want to see the rows where all where my filter condition is met. Okay, we will see how to write SQL queries for that. Now to write the queries, this filter and where, right, we need to know about some operators that we use in SQL queries. Okay, let me go to my OneNote. So now if you see here, okay, there are operators equal to. If you give this, right, so that means price equal to 100. So any row where the price column is 100, only those rows will be shown. Okay, and you can use not equal to, you can use this symbol or also this symbol also for not equal to. Okay, greater than, this is greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. And if you want to see the price, which is the rows which are there in between the price 50 to 200, you can use between. You can use in, like, is null, is not null. Okay, these are the operators that we can use. And we can use wildcards like percentile, any sequence of characters, underscore, exactly one character. Okay, if you want to see multiple wild characters, and there are some logical operators and or not. Okay, we will write some queries using these operators. Let me go back to my SSMS. Okay, let's write some queries here. Now let's say I will use the equal operator first. Okay, so in this, okay, I'm going to use equal to operator. The operator is this. Okay, now the query is select first underscore name last underscore name department from where. So these are the columns that I want to select from. I have to give a table name. From the table name, employees. Okay, and here I'm going to write a statement. I want to filter where department is equal to sales. Now I want to see the employees whose department is only sales. Now first let me run this. Now you see there is employee John and there's employee Robert who belongs to sales, and David also belongs to sales. Now I want to see only those three rows. So for that I'm saying select first name, last name, department from sales, where department is equal to sales. So now only those rows will be displayed where the department is equal to sales. Let me execute this. Now you see I got only 3. That is how we can use a equal operator. Okay, now let's say I want to use products table. Same query, select product underscore name and the column price. From what is my table name here? From products where price equal to, let's say, 29.99. so exactly if the price is 29.99, then only it will show, or else it will not show. Your product underscore name and price. Now let me run this query. Invalid. Okay, what is our table name? Our table name is products, right? So select product underscore name and price from this. Run this query. You see there is one item, wireless mouse, the cost exactly equal to 29.99. so that is how we can use a equal operator. Okay, any questions on this, guys, before we move forward? Any questions, anybody till here? Okay, next let us write some queries using not equal to. Okay, let us write by using not equal to. Let's say select first underscore name, last underscore name, department from employees where department not equal to IT. So same query, here I have given equal to sales, so it showed me only sales. Now it will show me all the departments that are not equal to IT. Let me execute this. You see IT is not there. Now let's say same query, right? I'll use here department not equal to sales. Now it will show me all the rows where sales are not there. Okay, that is how we can use not equal to. Okay, next let's see where condition with greater than and less than by using greater than symbol, sorry, less than symbol and greater than symbol. Okay, let us write queries for this. Now first let's say I'll copy this instead of typing whole thing again. Select first name, last name, and I'll change the department to salary. Okay, salary from employees. Now where the salary is greater than, let's say, 70,000. Okay, let me run this. So we are using a greater than operator here. Execute. See, it is showing me all the people whose salary is more than 70,000. Okay, let me copy paste this. Okay, where show me all the salary which is less than 70,000. Okay, previously we saw greater than 70,000. Now we are seeing less than 70,000. So it is showing me all the people's salary which is less than 70,000. Okay, select one more example from the product table. Select product underscore name, price, department, from employees where department not equal to IT. Okay, select product underscore name, last underscore name, department from employees where department not equal to IT. Okay, select product underscore name, price, department from employees where department not equal to IT. Okay, select product underscore name, price, from products where price greater than 50. Okay, now let me execute this. You see, sorry, it is less than, right? Where products less than 50, it is showing me output where all the products price is less than 50. Okay, now let's say if I give less than or equal to 50. Okay, now let's say if I give greater than or equal to 50. Okay, now it will show me all the products which are greater than or equal to 50. So that is how. So till now what we have used greater than greater than operator, less than operator, greater than or equal to operator, less than or equal to operator, and we have used equal to operator. Okay, these are the different operators that we have learned till now. Do you guys have any questions still here? Okay, now let's continue further. Let's use some logical let's use some logical operators. Okay, so what are the logical operators? And so if I go back to my OneNote here, okay, and or not, these three are logical operators. Okay, so first let's use and. Okay, let's use and. That means basically if I'm using and, I can write two conditions and both conditions has to be met. Okay, that means for example, let's take this. Okay, let's take this. Let's take this. Okay, select first name, last name, and let's say department salary. First name, last name, department salary from employees, where department is equal to sales. Okay, this is one query, and salary greater than 70,000. So what will happen? First it will check this. Okay, it will take people who are there from salary, and then it will check the it will take people who are there from the department sales, and then it will take, so let's say there are three people in the sales, and then it will check these three rows whether they have the salary 70,000 or not. So that means if it has to show me some output, both these conditions has to be met. Let me execute this. Okay, there is only one person who is there in department sales and the salary more than 70,000. Okay, let's say if I give till here, let's say if I'm giving till here, execute, you see there are three output. Now that means these are the three people who are there in sales. That means till here what it is doing, it is taking these three and then it is running the second filter also. What is that? In this three, what is the salary which is more than 70,000? This guy, a person by name David Wilson. So it is showing me the both the, it is running the both the conditions and then it is giving the output. Okay, so both the conditions, this has to be true and this has to be true, then only it will give us a output, or else it will not give any output. Let us try one more. Select product underscore name, category, price. From products, Okay, from products, where category is equal to electronics and price is greater than 100. Okay, so both the queries here also. So I mean, sorry, both the conditions. Only it will show me when both the conditions are met, or else it will not show me the output. Okay, that is with one of the logical operator called as AND. Now let's see another logical operator called as OR. Okay, so here if one of the statement is true, it will show us the output. Okay, so here also we can give two conditions. If one condition is true also, it will give us an output. Like, let's take this. I'll use the same query to do some little modification. So select first name, last name, department. Let's say I will remove salary here from employees, where department is sales. Or department is marketing. That means I want to see the employees who are either from sales or from marketing. Let me execute this. You see, now I have employees who are from sales also, who are from marketing also. Okay, let me write the same thing. Okay, where price is less than 30, or price is let's say greater than 100. Okay, I want to see the items which is less than 30 or greater than 100. Let me execute this. Oh shit. Okay, let me execute this query. You see, I have all the items which is either less than 30 rupees or greater than 100. Okay, that is how we can use this logical operator called as OR. Okay, so we understood about logical operator and we also understood about OR. Let us understand about logical operator NOT. Let me go back to my SSMS. Okay, now let me write this query here. So let us understand about NOT. Okay, let's write a query. The query is select first underscore name, last underscore name, state from employees, where not state equal to CA or state equal to Texas, TX, the short form. Okay, let me run this query. Now if you see, I will be able to see all the employees who are not in CA and who are not in Texas. Okay, that is how we can use a NOT operation. Okay, similarly, we also have something called as IN. Okay, let me show you how to use IN. Let me use the same thing. Department, um, where department in sales, marketing, HR. Okay, now let me execute this. Now if you see, who all the employees who are part of sales, marketing and HR are visible here. Okay, that is how we can use in and not. Okay, let me show you one more example for in here. Select product underscore name. Another column, there is a column called as supplier. From products where supplier in Tech Corp home goods. Okay, and let me run this query. Now you see, I'm only getting suppliers who are part of Tech Corp and Home Foods. Okay, that is how we can use in, not in, and or. Okay, so till now what we discussed about equal operator, we discussed about not equal to, we discussed about greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, we discussed about and, or, not, in. Okay, these are the different operators that we have discussed. Okay, now let us discuss, we discussed about in also. Let us discuss something about between. Okay, we'll discuss about between. We'll see few examples on between. Let me go back to my SSMS. Okay, now, okay, between is basically, what is the use of between? Between, this is for range of values. Okay, to select range of values. Okay, so now let's say select first underscore name, last underscore name, salary from employees where salary between, let's say, 55,000 and 75,000. Okay, so that means the range I'm giving. So if I have to give range, I have to give between. Okay, let me execute this query. Okay, you see, I can see all the employees whose salary is in between this range. Now let me write one more query. Select product underscore name, price from products where price between 50 and 200. Okay, let me run this query. You see, I am getting the people where the price is between 50 and 200 only. Okay, that is how we can use between operator. Let me go back here. So there is the next one we already discussed: equal to, not equal to, greater than or equal to, less than equal to, between, in. Okay, now next let us discuss something about like. Okay, till now any questions, anybody? I'll pause for a moment here. Any questions you guys can ask me. Okay, now let us discuss about like. Like is used in where clause to search for a specified pattern. Okay, like is used to it is like if I want to search for some pattern, okay, I can use like. Okay, let us write a small query and let me show you an example for that. Let's say select first underscore name, last underscore name, from customers where first underscore name like a percentile. Okay, select first underscore name, that means anybody's customer whose first name is starting with A. Let me execute this. You see, I have ls whose name starting with A. Okay, now let me show another example. Select product underscore name from products where product underscore name like okay. Now it is there where pro is there in the products. Okay, let me execute this. Oh, I didn't put the quotations. All right, now let me execute this. You see, there is pro in this, right? So all there could be anything in the end, anything in the back, but there should be pro in the name. Okay, now let's say I want to see all the customers whose email ID is Gmail. How can I do that? So basically like is finding the patterns in the data. Now let's say select first underscore name, last underscore name, email from employees where email like percentile Gmail percentile run column. Okay, now let me execute this. So we'll be able to find customers whose email is having Gmail. So there is no customers whose email is Gmail. Okay, let me remove this. Let me run this and check if there is any customers who has Gmail or not. You see, there is no employee who has a Gmail. Okay, that is the reason it didn't show us anything like that. Okay, so that is how we can use like operator. Let me show you one more example. Select first underscore name last underscore name from customers where last underscore name like percentile okay. Now let me execute this. You see, there is a person by name Wilson, right? So anything could be there before son. It is showing me the output. Okay, that is how we can use the like operator. Now let me go back to my OneNote. Let's see what else is there. Okay, is null, is not null. Okay, so is null and is not null is basically to check for nulls. Okay, to check for null values in the tables. Now let me go to my SSMS to show you guys some examples on that. Okay, let's say this is for nulls and not nulls. Okay, let's say select first underscore name last underscore name manager underscore ID. These are the three columns. From where? From table employees. What I need? Where manager underscore ID is not null. That means I want to see only the columns which are not null. Okay, now let me execute this. Okay, the invalid column name. Okay, here there should be an A here, manager underscore ID. Let me execute now. And now these are the columns which does not have any null values. Okay, let me execute this. And you see there are some manager, the column manager ID has some null values. Now if I give is not null, it will show me only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows, which is not having any null values. That is how we can use is not null. Now let's say I want to see only the rows which are having null values. Okay, I'll use the same query. Instead of is not null, I will use null values to see which are the people who does not have any manager. Let me execute this. You see, it is showing me the only the values who does not have any null values. Okay, is that clear for everybody till here? Now I want you guys to write some queries. If you come here, okay, so I want to write these queries. Find all customers from California, find products with stock quantity less than 50. Okay, find employees hired after 2019, find customers whose email address is Gmail, find products in either electronics or furniture categories, find employees with salaries between 60,000 and 80,000, Okay, find products whose name starts with W, and find premium customers is premium is equal to true. Okay, I want you guys to write these 10 queries before we go to the next set of SQL queries, and before we go to the next topics. So what we have learned in this particular session, we understood about simply first of all about select columns. We understood how to select a single column, we understood how to select a multiple columns, and then we started understanding about a where clause, how to filter the rows. Okay, so we saw how to filter the rows by different categories. Okay, we saw how to filter single row, multiple rows, and then we understood how to use operators. Okay, I mean in the filter, when we are running a filter clause, how to use operators like equal to, not equal to, greater than equal to, less than or equal to. And we understood about in, not in, like, between, or, and. These are the operators that we have learned when to use, and we also understood about nulls and not nulls. Okay, these are the stuff that we have learned while filtering the data in a table. Okay, do you guys have any questions still here?